Since testing activities will be discussed in a completely separate course after the software engineering methods, I'm going to keep this presentation about testing, quality assurance and quality control quite short. So, overall, the easy question, what is testing? Of course, the traditional view and the view you might have if you have been learning about software engineering or software development only from this course is that testing is an activity which happens here. It happens a bit during, but mostly after the implementation, and it is done before launch and upkeep, and with the main idea that we catch bugs, collect problems, and get rid of all the other things which might hinder the sales or customer satisfaction of the developed software. Of course, this is the, let's say, traditional view, or even more truly the minimalistic view, because the act of doing quality assurance is usually called testing, and yes, that usually in traditional sense happens after the implementation. However, the testing is not only the thing that happens between implementation and launch, it's actually related to larger issue of quality assurance and quality control. So, what actually is testing and quality assurance is simple. It's every activity, stakeholder, item or phase from the first definitions of the software product or first ideas of what we might do to the end of upkeep, in which in any way affects the testing work or the end product quality, meaning that it's everything that's related to how good product we are going to have, and it more or less is an umbrella term defining that every action that happens to ensure that our software reaches its goals and fulfills its requirements and fulfills its objectives. And considering what the testing should then define, or what should be defined in things like testing strategy, it's simple. It's what, where, who, why, when and how we should do testing and quality assurance tasks in organizational level, in project level, in all of our software projects. So, things that are usually associated with testing, this is just a list of different sorts of things. So there's a sort of a testing strategy, which is the general high-level strategy for the entire organization. There's usually test management or test manager or quality manager or quality assurance officer in each project, ensuring that we fulfill our requirements, and of course there's testing work and other stuff related. Of course, for the testing itself, the test different methods lie on different testing on different levels, different test types to catch different sorts of errors or test different sorts of aspects. Overall test models which complement the software development process models we have been talking about here. Different tools for test automation and in general for doing testing work. A test case design and selection, quality criteria and other things. But like I said earlier, we will be having a separate course on these aspects. So at this point I'm just going to say that these sort of things exist for testing. And the testing is more or less the other side of the coin in the development terms. We do software development based on the documentation, and on the other hand we do testing to ensure that we are doing the development to the right direction. There's basically the concept of verification and validation. The verification means that the system is built correctly, and this is the traditional consideration of testing work. It means that in verification testing we verify that the system we have developed is exactly what was designed and documented, and that it completely represents the list of requirements we had. Additionally, there's also the other side of doing testing work, and it's the validation. It's not that huge thing as verification, but the validation means that the system is designed correctly. It's actually it means that the system is useful for its main purpose, meaning that we have captured all the important requirements and we have all the customer needs or hidden requirements or the most of the important requirements fulfilled to the degree that the software is useful. Inside both these things are also terms static testing and dynamic testing. Basically, the difference here is that the dynamic testing is the running the system or using the system to find errors or assess its usability, and static testing means reviews, analysis, going through the metrics and seeing that the system fulfills all the requirements, for example, for memory leaks or the stability or security and these sort of things. Things which can be found or observed without actually running the software by conducting code analysis or doing reviews of the code or other activities. So basically, this is the verification and validation. Testing is basically more or less the quality assurance or all the activities which affect the quality of the end product. And the traditional term testing means the action or activity in which we try out the software to see that the implementation matches what was designed and that everything works without problems, or at least most of the things can be done to a satisfactory degree.